What if I told you the city that once owned American tourism is losing visitors to places you would never expect? Las Vegas built an empire on cheap flights, wild nights, and the promise that anything goes. But in 2025, that promise is breaking. Prices surged, value dropped, and the experience no longer matches the cost. That is why millions are asking, why am I still going there? For people, the answer is simple: they are not. These 10 destinations are stealing the crowds and cash Vegas used to own. The final one reveals the shift Vegas insiders say they cannot reverse. Number 10. Boise, Idaho. It sounds almost too quiet to compete with Sin City, but that is exactly the point. Boise, Idaho has become one of the fastest-growing tourism destinations in the Mountain West, and the travelers heading there are not looking for slot machines or overpriced nightclubs. They are chasing something Vegas stopped offering years ago: real adventure without the price gouging. Outdoor tourism in Boise has surged over the past 5 years. The Boise River alone draws thousands for rafting, kayaking, and riverside trails that cost nothing but your time. Surrounding areas like the Sawtooth Mountains offer hiking that rivals anything in Colorado without the crowds or the resort markups. For travelers tired of paying $40 just to park on the Strip, a weekend in Idaho feels like freedom. But Boise is not just nature. The city's food scene has exploded with local farm-to-table restaurants, craft coffee roasters, and a growing wine region in the nearby Snake River Valley. Visitors who once flew to Vegas for a nice dinner and some fun are finding they can get better meals and actual relaxation for half the cost. The shift is generational too. Younger travelers especially are prioritizing experiences over excess. They want Instagram shots from mountain peaks, not casino floors. They want stories about whitewater rapids, not blackjack losses. And if nature-focused escapes are pulling travelers away from Vegas, wait until you see which city is winning over the crowds who crave culture and calm. Number 9. Asheville, North Carolina. For decades, Vegas marketed itself as the ultimate escape, but for a growing number of Americans, escape no longer means bright lights and loud crowds. It means mountain air, craft beer, and a weekend where you actually come home feeling rested. That is exactly what Asheville, North Carolina delivers. Nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains, Asheville has transformed into one of the most sought-after weekend destinations on the East Coast. The city now boasts more breweries per capita than almost any city in America, with over 30 craft operations pouring everything from German-style lagers to experimental sours. For beer lovers who used to fly west for Vegas pool parties, a brewery crawl through Asheville offers more flavor and less regret. But it is not just the drinks. Asheville's art scene rivals cities twice its size. Galleries, street murals, and the famous River Arts District have turned this mountain town into a creative hub. Couples who once booked Vegas for anniversary trips are now choosing cabin stays in the Smokies, followed by gallery walks and farm-to-fork dinners. The economics tell the story. A long weekend in Asheville, including lodging, food, and activities, often costs half of what a comparable Vegas trip runs. And you leave without the financial hangover of resort fees, parking charges, and overpriced buffets. Asheville proves that relaxation sells. But if you think a peaceful mountain town is the only alternative pulling tourists away from the desert, wait until you hear which spiritual hotspot is offering something Vegas never could. Number 8. Sedona, Arizona. Vegas was built on stimulation, flashing lights, non-stop noise, and an energy designed to keep you awake and spending. But a growing wave of travelers in 2025 want the opposite. They want stillness, they want healing, and they are finding it just a few hours south in Sedona, Arizona. Sedona has become the wellness capital of the American Southwest. The red rock formations are not just stunning backdrops for photos. They are surrounded by vortex sites that draw spiritual seekers from around the world. Yoga retreats, meditation centers, and holistic spas have turned this small desert town into a destination for travelers who want to return home feeling better than when they left. The contrast with Vegas could not be sharper. Instead of paying $300 a night to sleep in a casino, visitors book intimate desert resorts where the only sounds are wind and bird song. Instead of buffets and bottle service, they find organic cafes and sunrise hikes through cathedral rock trails. Sedona's rise reflects a larger cultural shift. Travelers, especially women and older couples, are rejecting the idea that vacation means exhaustion. Wellness tourism is now a multi-billion-dollar industry, and Sedona sits at the center of it. For visitors who once saw Vegas as their go-to escape, Sedona offers something radical, an escape that actually feels like one. And if healing retreats are not your thing, and you still want casinos without the gouging, the next city might surprise you. Number 7. Reno, Nevada. Here is the irony. One of the cities stealing Vegas tourists is just a few hours up the road in the same state. Reno, Nevada was once dismissed as Vegas's awkward little sibling, but in 2025, that sibling is looking smarter, cheaper, and a whole lot more appealing. Reno offers what Vegas used to: affordable rooms, real gambling odds, and a laid-back atmosphere that does not feel like a cash extraction machine. Average hotel rates in downtown Reno run nearly half of what comparable strip hotels charge. And the resort fees that have become a Vegas trademark? Many Reno properties still do not have them. But the biggest draw is access. Lake Tahoe sits just 45 minutes away, offering skiing in winter and beaches in summer. Travelers can hit the tables Friday night, wake up Saturday, and be on a boat or a mountain trail before lunch. Try doing that from the middle of the Mojave Desert. Reno's casinos are smaller, sure, but for many gamblers, that is the point. You can still find lower table minimums, better blackjack payouts, and dealers who actually talk to you. The city has also invested heavily in its downtown, adding breweries, local restaurants, and a growing arts district that gives visitors reasons to explore beyond the casino floor. For budget-conscious travelers who still want the casino experience, Reno delivers without the resentment. And if escaping the corporate feel is the real appeal, the next city is winning over travelers. Vegas quietly lost first. Number 6. Santa Fe, New Mexico. There was a time when older travelers treated Las Vegas like a reliable getaway. Fly in for the weekend, catch a show, eat well, maybe play a little blackjack, and head home recharged. But those days are fading fast. Today, that same demographic is discovering Santa Fe, New Mexico, and they are not looking back. Santa Fe offers what Vegas has slowly abandoned: culture, history, and a pace that respects your time and your wallet. The city's famous art markets showcase Native American jewelry, traditional pottery, and Southwestern paintings you will not find anywhere else. For visitors who once wandered Vegas outlet malls, Santa Fe's galleries feel like actual discovery. The spa culture here rivals any resort on the Strip, but without the crowds or the corporate feel. Desert wellness retreats in the surrounding hills offer everything from hot spring soaks to private adobe casitas with mountain views. A weekend here costs less and delivers more than a comparable Vegas wellness package. Then there is the food. Santa Fe's culinary identity blends indigenous, Spanish, and Mexican influences into dishes that tell a story. Green chile everything, blue corn enchiladas, and margaritas made with locally distilled spirits give travelers flavors Vegas buffets cannot match. For retirees, empty nesters, and anyone seeking a slower kind of escape, Santa Fe answers a question Vegas stopped asking: what do you actually need to feel restored? But not everyone wants slow. If you are chasing romance and southern charm, the next city offers something Vegas simply cannot replicate. Number 5. Charleston, South Carolina. Vegas spent decades marketing itself as a romantic destination. Chapel weddings, honeymoon suites, couples getaways. But somewhere along the way, romance got buried under bachelorette party chaos, overpriced nightclubs, and hotel hallways that smell like stale cigarettes. For couples seeking something more intimate, Charleston, South Carolina has become the answer. Charleston routinely ranks among the most romantic cities in America, and for good reason. Cobblestone streets wind past pastel-colored historic homes. Horse-drawn carriages roll through the French Quarter. Candlelit restaurants serve low-country cuisine that makes Vegas steakhouses feel soulless by comparison. This is a city designed for holding hands, not holding drink cups in a casino line. The food scene alone draws travelers. Charleston's culinary reputation has exploded over the past decade, earning James Beard Awards and national recognition. Shrimp and grits, she crab soup, and fresh oysters dominate menus at restaurants, where reservations actually feel worth the effort. Beyond dining, the coastal charm adds another layer. Sunset walks along the Battery, day trips to nearby beaches, and boutique hotels and converted historic buildings create memories that Instagram filters cannot fake. For anniversary trips, proposals, and couples simply looking to reconnect, Charleston offers what Vegas lost: genuine romance without the sensory overload. But if live shows and family fun matter more than nightlife, the next city competes with Vegas where it once dominated. Number 4. Branson, Missouri. Las Vegas used to be the undisputed king of live entertainment, headliners, residencies, and shows that drew audiences from around the world. But for families and heartland travelers, a quieter contender has been building its empire for decades. Branson, Missouri, does not try to out Vegas. It offers something completely different, and millions are choosing it instead. Branson packs over 100 live shows into a town of just 12,000 residents. Country music, comedy acts, tribute performances, and family-friendly variety shows run day and night. Unlike Vegas, where a decent seat costs $150 or more, Branson shows often run $40 to $60, with none of the hidden fees. The family focus is the real differentiator. Silver Dollar City, one of the top theme parks in the Midwest, draws visitors with roller coasters, craft demonstrations, and seasonal festivals. Table Rock Lake offers boating, fishing, and waterfront dining that let families fill entire weekends without stepping near a slot machine. For travelers from Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri itself, Branson is closer, cheaper, and more aligned with their values. Parents who once considered Vegas for a fun trip now realize they would spend the whole time shielding their kids from things they did not want to explain. Branson proves you do not need neon to compete. Sometimes you just need a good show, a lake, and a zip line. But if keeping travelers close to home is the goal, the next city is doing exactly that for millions of Midwesterners who used to fly west. Number 3. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Every summer, Vegas casinos count on visitors from the Midwest, families from Chicago, Minneapolis, and Detroit who fly in for pool weekends, shows, and a taste of desert nightlife. But increasingly, those same travelers are staying closer to home, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin is reaping the rewards. Milwaukee has transformed over the past decade. The lakefront now features parks, trails, and beaches that give visitors a summer escape without the plane ticket. Festivals run nearly every weekend from June through September, including Summerfest, the largest music festival in the country. For travelers who once flew to Vegas for concerts and parties, Milwaukee delivers both without the airfare or the brutal desert heat. The brewery culture is another major draw. Miller, Pabst, and dozens of craft operations offer tours, tastings, and beer hall experiences that feel authentic instead of manufactured. A weekend brewery crawl through Milwaukee costs a fraction of a Vegas pool party and comes with better drinks. Sports add another layer. Bucks games, Brewers games, and a passionate local fan culture create energy that rivals any casino floor, minus the financial hangover. For Midwestern families, cheering in a packed arena feels more memorable than feeding slot machines. Milwaukee is not trying to replace Vegas. It is simply giving its own region a reason to stay, and millions are taking the hint. And if Wisconsin surprised you, the next city is winning over the very age group Vegas tried hardest to lock in. Number 2. Louisville, Kentucky. Vegas spent years chasing younger travelers. Pool parties, DJ residencies, and influencer culture were supposed to lock in millennials and Gen Z for decades, but that strategy is backfiring. Younger travelers are not loyal to brands. They are loyal to experiences, and Louisville, Kentucky is delivering experiences Vegas cannot match. The bourbon boom has turned Louisville into a pilgrimage site for spirits lovers. The Kentucky Bourbon Trail features over 40 distilleries, offering tastings, tours, and barrel experiences that feel crafted instead of corporate. For travelers who once flew to Vegas for bottle service, sipping small batch whiskey at a 100-year-old distillery carries a different kind of status. Then there is the horse racing. Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby draw visitors from around the world, but even outside of Derby season, the track offers year-round racing and events. It is a scene that blends tradition, fashion, and nightlife in ways Vegas cannot replicate. Louisville's food and music scenes have exploded too. Hot chicken, bourbon, infused everything, and a growing roster of James Beard-recognized restaurants give foodies reasons to visit. Live music venues and a thriving local bar culture mean nightlife that feels authentic instead of engineered. For younger travelers seeking weekends with personality, Louisville feels fresh. Vegas, by comparison, feels like it is trying too hard. And if Louisville is pulling the weekend crowd, wait until you see which city is flat out stealing the party groups Vegas built its empire on. Number 1. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. For decades, Vegas owned a specific traveler, the group trip crowd, bachelor parties, birthday blowouts, and friend groups looking for pools, clubs, and chaos. That crowd funded the Strip's expansion and filled those daytime pool parties that became a Vegas trademark. But in 2025, that crowd is going somewhere else. Fort Lauderdale, Florida has become the new capital of the American party trip. The logic is simple. Fort Lauderdale offers beaches Vegas cannot match. Real ocean water, not wave pools. Sand that stretches for miles, not concrete decks around hotel towers. For groups who want sun, drinks, and nightlife, the beach delivers an experience the desert never could. Costs tell the rest of the story. Fort Lauderdale hotels, especially outside peak spring break season, run significantly cheaper than comparable Vegas options. Airfare from the East Coast and Midwest is often lower too. Groups that once budgeted $3,000 for a Vegas weekend are finding Fort Lauderdale delivers more fun for $2,000 or less. The nightlife has evolved to match. Los Olas Boulevard and the surrounding beach areas now feature rooftop bars, waterfront clubs, and a party scene that runs from sunset well into the morning. Boat rentals, yacht parties, and beach house stays add options Vegas physically cannot offer. For the travelers Vegas used to count on most, the party has moved to the water. Fort Lauderdale is not just an alternative, it is a replacement. And when your core audience finds somewhere better, cheaper, and more fun, the question is no longer whether Vegas can recover. It is whether the city even realizes how much it has already lost.